The flowers are blooming, the grass is growing, and it's time to chop those weeds. Thanks to our sponsor, Manscaped, you can trim your manhood safely and efficiently. Manscaped, the global leaders in men's below-the-waist grooming, have an exclusive offer for our audience. Use code CUPODCAST to get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Join the other 2 million men who trust Manscaped. They are here to make sure you are trimmed and smelling nice. After all, it's time for some spring cleaning.
That's right, Pat. Spring has sprung, and Manscaped has the best tools to get you ready. Manscaped are the global leaders in men's below-the-waist grooming and have forever changed the grooming game with their amazing products. Have you heard of their Weed Whacker? This nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in all your delicate areas. No more gross nose hairs flying in the wind.
Oof.
Ew, gross. Speaking of incredible hygiene, Manscaped has formulations to keep you fresh and ready for everything that comes your way all day. The Crop Preserver is an anti-chafing deodorant and moisturizer. It's starting to get hot out there, and this is extremely crucial. You'll also find the Crop Reviver Spray-On Toner, which will keep you smelling fresh down there, just like spring flowers. Speaking of smelling fresh, complete your grooming game this spring with the new refined cologne signature scent by Manscaped. Stuff's legit. It'll have you smelling like royalty.
Smell good and feel good this spring. Get 20% off and free shipping with code CUPODCAST at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping using code CUPODCAST at manscaped.com. Do yourself a favor and use the right tools for the job. Your balls will thank you. Right. Ian, we've been talking about NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which means they cannot be replaced.
They cannot be funged.
They cannot be funged. It's based on blockchain technology that stamps digitally your token, which could be a picture or a video for the most part. You own that. You own that. You're the only person that can own it. Other people can have that media, that picture or video, but you actually are the owner.
The other thing I would point out is it's non-fungible because it cannot be exchanged. It's like when a record like a record gets a numbered release. Mm-hmm. If I have $1 and you have $1 and we swap dollars, we technically end up in the same place. If I have 1 of 100 and you have 3 of 100, well, technically it's the same item, but we do have different instances of it.
And we'll get into that. They have numbered tokens, basically. Like we talk about the NBA.
Many NFTs are not released as a one-off. They're released as editions, meaning you get 1 of 100, 2 of 100, 3 of 100, etc.
So we talked about this with what was the NBA NFT again? They were the first one that blew this up.
Can't recall.
Top Shot. Where you basically buy packs of digital cards and you open them and you get your little 5-second, pass clip or Curry hitting a 3 or someone dunking or blocked. And there's marketplaces for these. We're just going to go over this again for you because this has really blown up the past even 3 months and it's already going to probably burn out.
My understanding of it is constantly evolving too. So if I get something wrong, I'm sorry.
Before we get to this, but in the past few weeks, we have like Tom Brady has an NFT company now. They've sold Gronk rookie cards for like $1 million. I mean, or NFT cards. We'll just say that. WWE just did Undertaker once for WrestleMania, where they were going for like $10,000 or $30,000 or $50,000 or $100,000.
Insane.
Topps is now doing
baseball
cards, which is basically what Top Shot is. They're basically basketball cards, but they're videos. So we're getting to the point where now it's just becoming like any other collectible, where it's becoming highly speculative. And when you say people are collecting these, I might believe you if I see it, but this is mostly how with baseball cards got in the 90s. This is speculation. This is, I'm going to get rich off this stuff eventually. And yes, some people collect baseball cards, but the bubbles came because you can get rich quick, basically getting this stuff. So retro gaming is now there with it for this was my first. I was looking up retro gaming NFTs to see if someone created one. If I wanted to, anyone can create this. I can go create an NFT NWC gold card if I wanted to and auction it off. I could. I can go do it, make it one of a kind, and put up for auction, and you can get crazy people to bid on it. Maybe I'll do it as an experiment. Here's the point. Atari, who previously wanted to do cryptocurrency, they're a hotel, they try to do the watch thing, and they came out with a console that's already no one talking about because there's no reason for it to exist besides slapping a penis on it. We are now here. The NFTs come at the perfect time for Atari to whore themselves out for something else, and now this is a market where they actually can make money on versus like a hotel with Atari NFTs.
I have to give modern Atari credit for one thing, and that is not letting a single trend pass them by without slapping Atari on it
and
somehow.
Having zero shame to try whatever we want. Speaker hats,
Yeah.
We'll just license this out to anyone. Obviously, the Denny's thing was a huge success with Asteroid, so we give them credit for that.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, it's a licensing company, Atari. The owner is out of France. It's a licensing company. That's what it's become, which is fine. They bought it legally. They got it. They were done with it. Who owned it before? Was it Epic had it last? Who had it before them? I forget. But yeah. So this is what they're trying to do. They launched Atari nostalgic NFT collectibles for Pong and Centipede.
Yep. I actually saw that because I follow Donna Bailey on Twitter, and she was retweeting some of it, which was
she's on Twitter, Donna Bailey. I was just thinking about her the other day.
Yes.
Just like, what happened to Donna Bailey?
She's on Twitter. I follow her, which seemed a little odd for me, I'll admit, because it seems like everyone is anti-NFT until they get an opportunity to somehow make crazy money on an NFT. Which, I mean, whatever,
Hey.
make your money.
Hey, I'm 3 seconds away from doing a fucking past collection line and
Sure.
and seeing if people start trying it. So it's called the Atari Capsule Collection. That's what it's called. There's a website set up for it, and the website is actually pretty cute. It does the little there's Donna right there.
Yep.
It's always one N. I always forget that.
Yeah.
Donna with one N. And there's a little cute little Atari little timeline here. And it goes up. It basically goes to 82 because that's when Atari's relevance basically ended. Was about 82. We'll just say
That's true.
If you want to talk about the links a little bit, but I'm talking about in general. That's when it ended in terms of like we own this market. So so you can buy. Let's see, Centipede, only one available. So here's one that's only you can buy it on view on Block Party. So Block Party, I guess, is a marketplace for all these NFTs. There's like 3 or 4 of these that popped up. Please don't tell me like I created. The auction closed. The Atari Capsule Collection of Centipede went for $12,250.
Important to note, the NFT also came with an arcade cabinet.
Oh, okay. All right, an original one or one that was mocked
It was
up?
an original. So it's an arcade. It comes with an actual arcade cabinet that has
Original. Okay.
An original arcade cabinet that has a new, I think they said, like augmented reality overlay or something, one of a kind, so that you can point like your phone at it, and I don't know.
Okay.
Centipede comes off of it. So this is interesting.
So it's not. It's a little slight than batshit crazy. It's still crazy.
Right. This is the weird thing, though, because I would totally
Okay.
expect Atari to just make a bunch of digital cartridges, which they did, and send them out and sell them as NFTs. But even Atari is like, okay, if we want to get some money for this, we've got to give someone something tangible. At that point, auctioning off, I think it was a signed, Centipede cabinet, you're getting somting with it besides...
Oh, no. It's digitally signed, the NFT.
the
Donna
NFT
didn't
is
sign the
digitally signed.
cabinet.
Okay.
This is just a Centipede cabinet goes for like $1,000.
Right.
So I mean, like,
But
that's,
it's still something. Like
It's something.
It's something besides just the item. I think they realized they needed to sweeten the pot somehow.
you don't have to. That's the whole point. Like, you don't have to sweeten
Apparently
the pot.
not.
People are fucking crazy with this stuff.
Yeah.
This is crazy. It went for this much.
Oh yeah, wild.
It's what is it? It's just a spinning arcade cabinet, digital spinning
Yeah.
arcade cabinet. That's what it is.
Literally all it is.
So then they have that's the one of a kind one though. So that's the where it's like you're banking on someone being crazier than you that wants a one of a kind NFT. Even though now there's a billion one of a kind NFTs that are out there, including what originally started for was actually artwork.
Right.
That's where it actually makes sense. Okay, then they have stuff like the Kid Pixel retro pixel art on Block Party. They're all sold out before I even click on it. And what do these go for here? Let's see. Oh, like the Pong one, the one of a kind Pong one didn't get the respect. It only got 75. Well, only went for 7,500 only, which is interesting because a Pong machine is a lot hard to find. Did I come with a Pong machine? The Atari, the Pong one. Let's see. Did the Pong one come with it? No, they couldn't find a Pong machine.
No.
No, it doesn't seem like you get a Pong machine with that. It's just a 3D digital signature by Alcorn, who worked on it. Yeah.
So interestingly, it shows what the NFT is worth without anything else, and what the NFT is worth with something else. I
Well,
guess.
Centipede's more popular than Pong.
Sure, that is true.
But so yeah, these are like little digital videos. Like here's Pong being played. This one's still available. 10 available. It's the rendition Kid Pixel Pong retro pixel art. So Kid Pixel, I guess, is the artist. Who it's a little Pong, little paddles go back and forth. It's a little quick little video. And that's going for, let's see. Oh my God, there's more than I thought. There's little images of a little GIF of all the different creatures with their scores and what they get you. Those are $150. Those are going for that. There's a little design of a wooden little, it's like 3D thing of a Pong cabinet. That went for $2,500. And then here you go, Ian. This is what I'm going to get into, this craziness. Gold Centipede cartridges.
Yeah.
Representations of gold Centipede cartridges.
That's what I saw.
Not even the original one. They're gold.
That's where it completely fell off. I was like, all right, what is this shit?
They sold for... There's one that went for $1,050, $1,051, $1,050, $1,300, and $1,001. So they did, what's that, 5 of them they sold? A Pong quarter sold for $751. It's in my little like case, like a fake case, if you actually owned one. Again, these are not real items you are receiving. These are not like that. We made 5 gold Centipede cartridges, and we're going to mail them to you.
No, you're getting a picture of a gold Centipede.
You're getting a picture of it that I can also view right now. I can view what you own. Again, for those that don't understand this NFT thing, that's what makes it so wild to people. It's like, well, you own that digital item, but not even the intellectual property featured in that item that you own. It's weird. It's a brave new world when it comes to this stuff. So I guess the next conversation is, this is accelerating far quicker than I thought. I thought, okay, this is going to ramp up later in the year. I said, you're definitely going to have baseball cards and other cards, and that's already happened with Topps announcing it. That makes sense, because that's basically what happens. You open up packs of cards for some of these things. You're basically gambling at that point to get that chase cards. That's what happens with Top Shot. Will we see like Disney get into this? Will we see Nintendo get into this? And everyone else that says, you know what? We can make some money. Who cares that you're helping destroy the planet by using all this extra fucking energy to create this blockchain technology to do this? That's basically what's happening.
Right.
Crypto uses so much energy. It's nuts. It's unreal.
Yes. They constantly talk of energy efficient ways of doing it, but from what I understand, that's been talked about for years and years and years without it ever actually getting there.
No, but I don't want to get.
It's to kind of soothe people.
Yeah, I don't want to get political.
Oh yeah, don't ever have an opinion on your podcast.
That has nothing to do with politics. But anyway,
fucking take a hike.
But anyway, so we're going to see other companies do this. I just wonder, because if there's money to be made, they're going to do it. It's whether or not Disney's going to be like, well, because you can't sell these to kids. That's the thing. You need a credit card to go online to buy these from marketplaces. So it's like, you can't be like, will a kid be like, hey, I want the Mickey Mouse NFT where Disney makes 5,000 of them, sell them for like $5 each or whatever. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't know if that's going to catch on the kids, because again, you can't do anything with these. You can't do anything with these. I got into not an argument, but I talked to someone who was like, well, what makes this different from collecting a physical item? You can usually do something with the physical item. If it's a video game that had an application, plus that wasn't created literally yesterday. The video game was created 35 years ago, and there's a use to that. Even now, I can put it in and play it. I can do something with it. It was created for a specific purpose.
It'd be wild if digital picture frames made a comeback.
I heard they were. No.
Oh, okay.
For the one-of-a-kind art piece, what better way to display that you own that one-of-a-kind art piece with digital picture frames? Those started to blow up in the late 2000s, early 2010s. My friend...
I feel like it was even earlier than that, but yeah.
But that's when they became commercially viable. My friend used to make them before they were a real commercial product. He used to make them. He'd buy his own little mini LCDs and make it from scratch and sell them.
Yeah,
I said to him a few months ago, hey, if you actually invested at the time, you could have been a company that made those. Like, for real. Like, you were ahead of the curve knowing this would be a thing. But I've heard they've made a minor comeback because of that. Now, I mean, they're never going to blow up, because I don't think NFTs are going to catch on with like everyone. Because I think at some point you have people that be like me, like, I don't buy into the concept. I don't buy into it, even as a potential to flip it. I just don't buy into the concept. I buy into the concept to flip crypto or doggy coin or whatever. I see that as something even beyond the NFT.
With NFT, you reject the premise entirely.
I reject the premise entirely when it's NFT.
Yeah.
I sort of reject the premise, even though someone will say, well, Pat, it's just clickable, it's digital. What's the difference between that and physical?
The fact that I can right-click your image and have it.
Yes. You can't right-click my Wally Bear the No Kids cartridge and
create another copy of it.
You can't do that. That's where you lose.
I can't double tap a person's baseball card and now have my own baseball card.
Yes, correct, Ian. There's nothing more unique about owning it. That's the thing. There's nothing unique about owning something digitally versus owning something physically. That's where it comes down to. Or I'm not even talking about creating artificial scarcity. That's all the conversation. How these are all artificial scarcity markets created. All of them. They are defining at the time. These are all chase cards now where it's like, wait, we're going to make 100 of them. Why are they worth that much, Ian? Well, dumb Pat, because we only made 100 of them.
Because I said so.
And people think that there's only 100, that they're rare. They're hologram baseball cards or hologram, but in digital form. But they're all like that. So now we're getting off topic. I wanted to tell you how crazy this has gotten so quickly, where because this has gotten crazy so quickly, this will probably bottom out quicker than you thought. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, I think so. I think if we were talking about it a little bit on the phone last night, everything, especially now.
We don't talk on the phone, we talk about it.
Rarely.
We come on the podcast and we just go, and that's it. That's our podcast.
It's actually kind of how John and I do our podcast. Pandemic time has accelerated everything. The rise and fall, the popularity of things has come and gone. Remember when everyone was baking bread? That seems like it was a fucking decade ago. It was a year ago. It was less than a year ago.
There was bread baking going on?
Yeah. Remember Bean Dad? Bean Dad was a short 3 months ago. But Bean Dad seems like Bean Dad was 25 years ago. And at the time,
I almost forgot what Bean Dad was.
At the time, we thought Bean Dad was going to be the biggest shit. It was going to be around forever. We are so bored. We are so fucking bored and lonely that we are just churning through news and fads at an accelerated rate. And I think that's actually
that's what this is.
I think this is going to accelerate. We're all at home. Artists are sitting behind computers. People are like, I can mint this for $100 and sell it for profit. I'm going to try, because we're all bored and doing nothing. So I think this is really going to accelerate it right into the fucking ground by Christmas.
Because at some point you realize, oh my God, I spent how much money on these NFTs? I'm doing what with this money? And then you try to say, well, let me see if I can try to sell it. You may not have a buyer months down the road.
Sure.
You may not have a buyer that's going to spend, not even for the $12,000 for the Centipede one, which you won't get the cool cabinet there. But I mean, like, are you going to find someone that's going to be like, I'm going to buy this gold Centipede CG image for $1,300? You're gonna find, like, you that's what you're betting on. You're gonna find someone. I mean, unless Pat, you're crazy. People are actually collecting these and putting them on their hard drive and going and having a viewing room, and they're clicking. Oh, with their arrow. Oh, there's my NFT. I own that one. I own that Undertaker $30,000 little thing of him, like exploding something in the air with lightning. Like, I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying that. This is actually a collectible market. This is 100% speculation.
Yep.
Unless you know someone that's into collecting digital goodies as a thing. Like,
I've seen some people do it and compare it to buying skins for like a game. And I think there are marketplaces out there, without looking into it, I think there are marketplaces out there now that are doing it where it's cheaper. People aren't exactly trying to get money, and they look at it as a weird, fun thing. But I honestly think anyone who's trying to invest in it is crazy, because that's the thing with this like gold Atari cartridge. $1,300. You're buying that. You're paying $1,300. You're acknowledging that it's having a moment right now and it's going for a stupid amount of money. Now you have to imagine that there is going to be a time in the future where this is worth more than $1,300, and I can't do that.
And here's the other problem.
I feel like this stuff is all going to get its highest purchases right now when it's a hot fad.
And here's the other thing that with these NFTs is that you have to people have to be aware of this stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like with baseball cards and comic books, you had shops, you had publications to sort of pump up the market. Remember Beckett for all the different, Beckett for hockey cards and baseball cards. With the NFTs, you have to bring awareness that these are important enough to get other people for that specific NFT. So you're gonna have your Top Shot audience, you're gonna have your Atari ones, you're gonna have whatever if Nintendo does them. It's so all these different realms. It almost, to me, sounds like Pogs in a way, where you have the main category, but then you probably have people that are only interested in, like, I don't know, the Pogs that are like the Tick or the Pogs that are Marvel. If they had, I have no idea. That's how it seems like it's to me. But hey, you can own Pogs and actually use them to play the Pog game.
Right.
So I'm not trying to put Pogs down. But Pogs had their moment. Pogs had their 1 or 2 year moment in, was it the late 90s? They had their, was it mid to late 96?
I would say 96.
97?
Probably the ideal year there, yeah.
When you had Pogs that got big, and guess what happened to that market, Ian? Did that Are there $1 million Pogs that I'm not aware of?
I don't believe so. No.
So that's all. So this isn't even like, I'm not even down on Atari, because at this point they'll do whatever to make their money. It's not even discouraging. This could be one of the best things they've done.
No,
out of all their ideas.
If Freddie Chesnay was not out there doing fucking NFTs, I'd be concerned about his well-being right now. I'd be like, has anyone seen Fred?
And you know what? This didn't take 3.5 years to come out like the VCS. They got this out immediately.
There's a weird trend happening that he needs to jump on.
Do we need to manufacture anything? Oh, no. We can just get someone to make an image and click a few buttons and make a fucking blockchain, a digital signature on these images and videos, and you're done. That's what's amazing about this. Anyone can do this. There's no entry. There's nothing you have to pay to get into this, really. It's just, well, get your piece and go. It's like I said, brave new world. But now I'm thinking about doing it. I'm thinking about Pat's line of games.
I've seen lots of people go from I will not do NFTs to doing lots of NFTs.
We could blockchain
very quick.
We can blockchain Ian face reactions. We could do that. You can own Ian's facial reaction about different topics we've done, different laughs, different consternation, yelling at Patrick for lighting Double Dragon. We can do a whole line of these, and now I want to do it.
It's the idea of creating collectibles is fun. What would you make? Yep. But the method by which it happens is not great.
Well, it's the end result. It's like, I would love to make my own like, say, I always want to do like my own action figure line. I want people to own the action figure, though, not like, let's make an image of an action figure and sell it, a 3D image. That's like not.
Yeah, now I'm just more interested in the idea of making actual CU podcast trading cards so that people can open packs, send them out.
Why can't we do that? Like moments from the CU podcast,
we absolutely can.
We can do like personality profiles. We can do the checklist.
We're gonna disrupt the NFT market with NFTs you can hold. We're gonna reinvent trading cards.
We can do like a 64 card set. We could.
We could.
Not a big one. Oh shit! Someone's gonna. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll get back to that.
We'll get back to that.
Ian has not had an idea like that ever, where we can like monetize like something like that. So that actually makes sense. And we do the hologram cards.
Yeah, you got
do the
hologram cards.
We can do the Pat and Ian shirtless combo hologram card.